Good afternoon, Akshara and everyone. Let me mute first, okay? Good afternoon, Shanmukh. Okay, students. So we will continue with the MCQ for the chapter motion in a straight line. Quickly tell me what is the difference between these two formula. When I should use this formula, when I should use this formula. When I should use the first one, when I should use the second one. You may have to write something. So take your time. First one is total S first one. Don't use any symbol, use words. First one gives me what? Second, displacement in nth second is second one. First one is finding displacement. Channa is correct. Okay, so look here. The first one is used to calculate displacement in time t. In time t matlab what? T is the time taken. Time taken. So if a body starts from, let's say, 10 o'clock and it goes up to 10:15, then what will be your t? If the body starts at 10 o'clock with some initial velocity and it goes up to 10:15, then what will be your t here? 15 minutes. Okay, so please understand this t is time taken. Time taken. This is used to calculate what? This is used to calculate displacement in nth second. What it means is, you have to convert minutes into seconds and then substitute, no problem. And what this means is what? This is displacement in nth second. Matlab, whatever time it took, suppose it took 10 seconds, then can I divide 10 seconds into 10 parts? 1 second each. Yes or no? First 1 second, second 1 second, third 1 second, like that. Okay. So if somebody says find the distance traveled in 10th second, 10th second would be the last second. Why last second? Because I told it took 10 seconds to reach somewhere. So if the body starts from here at time 0 and reaches here in time 10 seconds, then last second would be which second? 10th second or 9th second? Last second. Last second would be 10 second, right? Because you can divide this into 1 second, 2 second, 3 second, 4 second, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this would be the distance traveled in the 10th second. 10 second. This would be distance traveled in the first second. This would be distance traveled in the second second. Okay, so this formula is very useful. Otherwise, students, it takes a lot of time to calculate distance traveled in third second if you start using this formula. So if you remember this formula, it will be very easy to calculate. Okay. Sanvi, you are there? Which was the question number you asked me to solve yesterday? Sanvi is absent today. 23rd. Huh? Why Sanvi is not replying? Okay, 22nd. Okay, before I do 22nd, last class, I did one problem like this. Look here. Last class, I told you that if a body starts with zero velocity means at rest, and then there is a acceleration plus a1. Matlab it is acceleration. Velocity will now increase. So velocity will keep increasing up to here. When it covers distance s1, let us say up to here there is positive acceleration. Matlab up to here its velocity will increase. From here onwards, let us say there is a retardation. Retardation matlab maybe brakes are applied or something. So what will be the acceleration? Minus, and the value is a2. A2 is the numerical value. Okay, 5 meter per second square, 10 meter per second square, whatever it is. But minus sign, why I am writing? Because the acceleration should be in opposite direction. Then only the body will slow down. So from here onwards, the body will slow down and somewhere it will stop. So velocity here is again 0. This distance covered is suppose S2. Then quickly tell me what was the relation between A1 S1 and A2 S2. What was the relation? Yesterday only we did last part of yesterday's class. A1 S1 is equals to A2 S2, correct? So A1 S1 is equal to A2 S2. And the reason why they are equal is very simple, students. Look here. From here to here, its velocity is increasing. From here to here, velocity is decreasing. So whatever velocity will be here, that will be your maximum velocity. That will be your maximum velocity. So you can see this velocity is common for this also and this also. For this is what velocity. For this motion, this is final velocity. For this motion, this is initial velocity. So using the formula v square minus u square equals to 2as, using that formula, I have found this. Okay. Now tell me something very simple mathematically. Suppose I write 8 into, let's say 4. 8 into 4. And I make 8 16. Then what I must write here? What number I must write? Because I put equal to 8. If I put 8 here, how they will be equal? Oh, what are you saying? Multiplication I have to teach now. 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4, like that. How much it should be? 2. Correct or not? Why some of you told 8 here? Hey, don't do like that. Okay, now look carefully. What I did to this number? This number was doubled. Right? This number was doubled. What happened to this number? Doubled or it increased for halved? So this is very important to remember, something very simple you know from school days only, that if the product of two quantities, listen carefully now, if the product of two quantities are equal, then if one quantity is doubled of the other quantity, the second quantity must be halved. Such an example you see in chemistry also, which I will teach in physics also, but later chapter. What is that example? In chemistry, you have similar kind of law is there. Which law is that? Where the product remains same. No, mass cannot, mass, yeah, mass is correct only, but there is a particular law in chemistry which you study. Boyle's law you have studied, Boyle's law. Boyle's law you have studied or not? So in Boyle's law, what do you write? P1 V1 equals to P2 V2. Yes or no? So if pressure is doubled, what happens to volume? If pressure is doubled, what happens to volume? Half, right? And it comes from this simple mathematics. Okay. So try to remember this simple thing. Remembering such tricks and all, which are obviously simple things, you will be able to solve many problems little faster. Okay. Fine, students. So keep this concept in your mind. Let us solve question number 22 in demand of Sanvi. Okay. Question number 22. So let us read the question. The first thing anybody should do before solving the question is read the question. A car starting from rest. So it starts from rest. So let us imagine this is the car. Starting from rest means velocity is 0. Accelerates at the rate f. So they are using f symbol for acceleration through a distance capital S. So up to some distance capital S, it has a acceleration plus f. Plus because it has to accelerate, it has to be positive only. Then after this, what happened? then continues at a constant speed. So after covering some distance with acceleration, it now moves with constant speed for some distance which they have not given, but they said from here to here the speed is constant. Direction will be constant only because this is motion in a straight line. So what will be acceleration here? If speed is constant, direction is constant, what will be acceleration? 0. But this distance they have not given. For time t they have given. Matlab for this part they have not given you distance, but they have given you time taken. T. Not this part, okay? This part they have not given time taken. This part they have given. After that what happened? Then there is a deceleration. Matlab negative acceleration at the rate of f by 2. So from here to here, it continues and acceleration is now minus f by 2. Since it is negative acceleration, it will slow down. After as it slows down, finally what they told, it comes to rest. Comes to rest means velocity here is again 0. For this, they have not given distance also, they have not given time also. Now they are saying total distance covered. Total distance covered. Matlab from here to here. Let me mark this point B, C, D. Total distance they have given 15 times this distance. You have to check which options are correct. Now in such questions, students, you have to see the options and check in terms of what you have to derive, in terms of what you have to solve. So options are all in terms of what? S, F, T. Okay, so we need to relate this one with this one with this one. Okay. Now look here, total distance they have given. So this distance I know. Can you tell me this distance will be how much directly without doing too much work? You see here, acceleration here, this numerical value, this is half of this or not? This is half or not? So if this is half of this, this must be what? Double of this, no? Yes, agree or not, students? A1S1 was equal to A2S2. I can use the same formula because just like before, it first accelerates and then it retards. It first accelerates and then it retards. So same concept I can apply. So if this acceleration is half, this distance must be double. So without too much hard work, directly you can write this distance must be 2s. Let me put a circle. Let me not put circle here. Anyone has doubt in this, you ask me, I'll explain. We can derive by doing v square minus u square equals to 2as, but it will take time. And in entrance exam, our objective is to reduce the time taken. So everybody is clear why this is 2s, because acceleration here is half of acceleration here in magnitude. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. So now let us try to find this distance. Let us call this distance S dash. S dash. Now how to find this distance? Time taken they have given, but we don't know velocity here. So let us say velocity here is v. So when the body reaches here, let us say velocity is v. And what will be velocity here? If velocity here is v, here will be v only or different? Remember what they told, it moves with what speed? Constant speed. So here also velocity will be v. Because they told in this part there is no acceleration. No acceleration means what? V is equal to u plus at na. In this part there is no acceleration, zero acceleration. Matlab v and u should be same. So to find the distance in terms of given quantity is this time, I need to find this v. So to find this v, what I will do? From A to B. From A to B, I will use my equation v square minus u square equal to 2as. Okay, students, why this formula I am using? because this distance is given to me. Understood or not? Time taken, I have no idea here. So let me use this. So at B, velocity we want to find. Initial velocity at A is how much? 0. Acceleration in this part is F. Distance covered in this part is S. So V equals to root of 2fs, right? So I have found the velocity here. Then from B to C, I want to know this distance. So what will be this distance? Velocity into time. Because this time taken they have given. And here velocity is constant. Should I write half at square? Here? Should I write half at square, students? No need, because there is no acceleration. In this part, there is no need, no acceleration. So this distance will be Vt, V I found, root of 2fs into t. Now this should make you happy. Why it should make you happy? Because you have found the unknown distance in terms of given quantities. All these are in the options. So we should be happy. Right till here. After this is very easy. After this finished. Problem is done. But this is very important. Okay. If you can find this directly, you will save a lot of time. Done? Okay, now come to this equation. What they told you. Total distance is 15s. What is total distance? S plus S dash plus 2s. That is equal to 15s. In the question, they gave you total distance now. So S plus S dash. That's why I was trying to find S dash. Plus this one I know, double. So 2s plus s will be 3s. 3s will go that side. So 15s minus 3s will be 12s. And what is s dash I found? Root of 2fs t equal to 12s. So this should be very, very nice because all the quantities are there, whichever is in the option. So now you have to just do some simple algebra. Okay, what I should do next step, anybody? Square. So if you square, what will you get? 2fs t square equals to 12 square is 144 s square. Okay, what I did? Squaring both the sides. But in entrance exam, no need to write all these things. Okay, that's just for your understanding. I'm writing. Nobody will check your answer script in entrance exam. So you can see one s will cancel. 272 is 144. So ft square is equal to 72s. Therefore, s will be what? ft square by 70. Which option it matches with? Option C. It's a very nice problem. This problem came in JEE exams. Okay. Exactly same question has appeared in JEE exams. Okay, now I will give you 2, 3, 1, maybe 30 seconds. B to C, no, velocity is constant, so no acceleration. So displacement is velocity into time. If there is acceleration, then we have to write half at square. And whatever velocity you found from A to B, that velocity you use here. Because see, it starts from rest, it accelerates, and it has a certain velocity v when it reaches point B. After reaching point B, it continues with same velocity v. Then after C, it again slows down and comes to rest. So whatever velocity it acquired during the acceleration, that velocity first you have to find, because that will be the same velocity from B to C. Okay, now if you look at my assignment sheet, students, I have divided all the questions into topic wise. Yes or no? Topic wise we have done or not? So what you have to tell me now is in the second topic, which is uniform acceleration. Is there any question you want me to do from uniform acceleration? Don't go to gravity right now. From uniform acceleration, if there is any question you want me to do right now, if you have practiced, then you will come to know. If you have not practiced, then you will not come to know which questions you are finding difficulty. Otherwise, I will do some questions from my own side. So any question is there? Okay. "17. Okay, Samruddh is saying question number 17. Yeah, good question, Samruddh. So look, question number 17, everyone. It's a good question. A bogie of uniformly moving train. First thing to notice, the train is moving uniformly. Whenever I say uniformly, it means the speed is constant. And since it is motion in a straight line, direction also is constant here. So a bogie of uniformly moving train is suddenly detached from the train and it stops after covering some distance. Who stops? The bogie stops after covering some distance. The distance covered by the bogie and the distance covered by the train in the same time has what relation they are asking. So during the time when the bogie stopped, how much distance the bogie has traveled and how much distance the train has traveled, that comparison we have to do. Understood the question? So let us say this is my train, okay, and let us say this is my bogie which is going to get detached. This is my bogie. Okay, so this is bogie and this whole thing is the train. This is at time 0, let's say. So let us say at this time the bogie gets detached. Now what they told in the question, the train was moving uniformly, yes or no? The train was moving uniformly, na? So let us say that time whatever was the velocity is u. So let us say at time 0, the bogie and the train had this velocity u. After time t, this is picture at time t. Now what they told, bogie got detached here. Okay, so let me say here it get detached. Bogie is detached here. So at time 0, let us say the bogie got detached. Now, after that, what they told, the bogie slows down. So the bogie will slow down. So maybe the bogie reached here. Let me use the same color. So the bogie has reached here in time t. Train will be farther or here only. Train will be here only or farther. It will be farther because train is moving uniformly. Train is moving with, let us say, 10 meters per second all the time. But suppose something comes out of the train and then that something will slow down and stop. So this is going to slow down and stop according to question. Train is continuing. So maybe the train has reached here. Okay, let's say it's smaller. So distance covered by bogie is, let's say, this much. This is distance covered by bogie. And this is distance covered by train. This is distance covered by train. Okay. For train, it is very simple. And this picture is at what time? This picture is at time t. This picture is at time 0. This picture is at time 0 when the bogie got detached. And after some time, the bogie, what they told, it came to rest. So velocity of bogie is 0. Okay, after some time they told velocity of the bogie came to rest. So velocity of bogie has become 0. Train, it will continue with same velocity, whatever was the velocity. So quickly tell me what will be displacement of train from 0 to t time. Remember, train is moving uniformly, no acceleration. Ut, right? So displacement of train will be ut. Because train has no acceleration for train. Now for bogie, you have to be careful. This is for train. For bogie. Now I know velocity here is 0. What was the initial velocity of bogie? Same as train, which was u. So let me use v square minus u square equals to 2as. Because I need to find s. Now what is v here? 0. Because bogie came to stop. Initial velocity is same as the train. Displacement I am writing as sd. And you know the acceleration should be negative. Do you know why acceleration should be negative for the bogie? Yeah, because the bogie retards. If the acceleration was not negative, the bogie will not stop. No, it will continue to move. So minus minus you can cancel. So distance covered by bogie is u square by 2a. If you remember, this was the formula for stopping distance. Those who remember. Now look here. Right now I am not able to compare these two. Correct or not? So let me write another way. Displacement of bogie in terms of or I can use, yeah, let me write v equal to u plus at formula for bogie. V equal to u plus at. Okay, for bogie only. What is the final velocity of bogie? 0. Initial velocity of bogie is same as u. Acceleration is minus a. Time taken from here to here is t, you know. T. So from here, your u will be equal to at. So a will be equal to what? U by t. Right, students? So then what you can do, this a you put here. So that you can compare the formula for displacement covered by train with displacement covered by bogie from 0 to time t. So if you do that, what will you get? SB will be what? U square by 2 into, what is A? U by T. U by T. Right? One U will cancel. This T will go up. So UT by 2. Now can you compare displacement traveled by bogie with displacement traveled by train? Can you compare now? Yes or no? Yes. So what is the displacement traveled by bogie? Half of UT. And what was UT? Displacement covered by train. So displacement covered by bogie will be half of displacement covered by train. Good question for selecting this question. So since retardation was not given, first I have found the retardation, then I have substituted in the formula of distance. Okay. Any other question from this topic? Otherwise, I will select some questions because some questions are quite good. Fourteenth question, you see, 14th is quite simple, I know, but it's a very common questions in entrance exams. So 14th question, you see what they are saying. A body starting from rest, initial velocity 0, moves with constant acceleration. How much they have not given. The ratio of what they are asking. Distance covered by the body during the 5th second to the distance covered in 5 seconds. So we have to find distance covered in 5th second and distance covered in 5 seconds. And ratio we have to calculate. For this, I have to use what formula? u plus a by 2 2n minus 1. But this is the formula for distance covered in nth second. They are asking in which second? Fifth second. So u will be 0. A is constant. Value they have not given. N is 5. So if n is 5, what will be this number? 2 into 5 minus 1. 9. Correct? Everybody understood this part? This is the displacement in the fifth second. Now in 5 seconds means time taken is 5 seconds. So for this you have to use what formula? Ut plus half at square. Okay, so for this again initial velocity is 0, no need to worry. Half acceleration is constant, time taken is 5 square. So it will be 25 a by 2. So ratio, if you take ratio they ask, no? So displacement in fifth second divided by displacement in 5 seconds. That will be a by 2 into 9 divided by 25 a by 2. 2 a cancel, 9 by 25. I know it's a simple question, but still I thought I will show you when these two formulas are used. 15 also I would like to do. Done this one? Okay, 21st. Huh? Yeah, 21st is a good question, but let me do 15 first, Karthik, okay? This one I hope everybody understood, right? No problem here. Okay. Now, before I do 21st question, let us see question number, which one I was saying? 15. Now listen carefully. A car starts from rest. So initial velocity is 0 and moves with uniform acceleration A. Uniform acceleration A plus A. On a straight road from time 0 to time t. From time 0, matlab from here to here time taken is t. After that, a constant deceleration brings it to rest. After this, there is a deceleration. Value they are not given. So you cannot write same one. They have not given, so better to write a dash or something. And then again what they told? A constant deceleration brings it to rest. Rest matlab velocity is again 0. In this process, they are asking what is the average speed of the car, average speed. So what I should do to calculate average speed? Total distance by total time. Yes or no? But answer should be in terms of what? A and t. Now t is time taken from here to here. Time taken from here to here, I don't know. Let me write t dash. Okay, distance covered from here to here, let me write s. From here to here, I don't know. Let me write s dash. Now, since we have done similar question before, if I write this, will you agree? Will you agree? A1 S1 equal to A2 S2. Yes or no? You can treat this as A1, this as A2, numerical value A2. So this, but remember one more thing, students, don't use this anywhere you want. When you will use this? This is used when a body accelerates and then retards and comes to rest. So it should start from rest, it should accelerate, then it should retard and again come to rest. Then only use this. Don't use any time you want. Understood or not? This question is matching with whatever we have discussed. So let us use this formula so that we can do faster. What about time taken? Can I write? I also told you A1 T1 equals to A2 T2. A1 S1 equals to A2 S2. This I have told already, okay, last time. So I can also write A capital T equals to A dash T dash. Agree, right, everyone? So we know that. You can write, we know that this. So this concept we know for this kind of problems. Now they are asking average speed. What is average speed? Total distance, S plus S dash. Total time taken, T plus T dash. Now here you have seen the relation, not S by T. Total distance is S plus S dash. Total time is T plus T dash. Okay, maybe Abhigna is just writing the formula. Now what will be S dash from here? From here what will be S dash? AS by A dash. This everybody agree? I'm using this S dash, S dash, AS by A dash. Agree? See, we have to do little faster. No, otherwise everything if I start writing, no, it will take time. Similarly, T dash, how I can write? AT by A dash, right? Now, if I take S common, what will I get? 1 plus A by A dash. If I take T common, 1 plus A by A dash. Correct now? Oh, what will happen to this bracket? It will cancel. So it's very interesting that your average velocity, is it visible? Yes, is S by capital T. Now, let us see the option. Oh, S is not there. S is not there. So small a, this acceleration is there. So what I can do from here to here, if I call this A, this B, from A to B, from A to B, what formula you can use to find displacement in terms of this time? S equal to ut, which is 0, plus half at square. Yes or no, students? I can write this, right? Square you are missing, Sujal. Square. Why 0? Because initial velocity is 0 from A to B. Okay, A to B. So what is S? Half at square directly you can write. So this you put here now. If you put this here, what will be your average velocity? Half at square divided by t. T cancels, so half at. Which option? C. Who asked this question? Understood now? Whoever asked? Okay, Advait asked, huh? Then somebody was asking which question number? 21. This is the trick. This trick we have used. Without this trick, it will be more lengthy. This is the trick we have used. Okay. See, trick and all means you have to know whatever you are learning every day, so that whatever knowledge you have, know that you can use it and try to get the answer faster. Tomorrow's meeting, no students, I will explain everything to you. How to approach, how to get better in MCQ solving. I know this is first time you are doing MCQs probably. Has anyone done MCQs before in your school days or something? No, sir. Okay. So most of you are doing MCQs for the first time. So I'm sure you are getting, little confused. What is going on? Sir is doing so many things. Don't worry. In the beginning, you will feel like that. In tomorrow's meeting, everything I will explain properly, so that you will get the idea of how to become better and relaxed. Main thing is your mind should be relaxed. You should not think too many things at the same time. Aram say one by one, whatever is given, you write. See the way I'm solving. I don't know in the solution they have done this way or not. I have not seen the solution. Whatever solution was there, I have just told to type and I have shown to you people. So when I do it according to what I feel at this moment. Understood or not? So that is always good, that you will have one solution in one way and Pankaj sir's solution in another way. So whichever you feel is more comfortable for you, you can go for that. Okay, students. So don't get nervous. Tomorrow's meeting, 100% you attend. I'm sure after the meeting, you all will feel little relaxed and comfortable. But I know that you are thinking MCQs are there, too many things are there, so you are getting nervous. Just because MCQs are there and you will get nervous, does it mean I will not do MCQs only? Just because I think that you may get nervous and all, I should not do only. Students, I'm asking you, I should not do MCQs only. So the point is what? The point is slowly with time you will get better. So don't worry at all. First test, I will not make it very complicated. I will not make it very difficult. Just revise whatever notes I have given. Revise the numericals which we have done. With that much also, you will be able to do the test nicely. Since it is the first test, I will not make it very difficult. It will be average. Don't worry. Okay. Okay, now let us see which question number you were saying. 21. See question number 21. Okay. A student is standing at a distance of 50 meters from the bus. So there is a bus and there is a student. Right now this distance is 50 meters. Okay. Now as soon as the bus begins its motion with an acceleration of 1 meter per second square. So the moment the bus starts, with what acceleration they told? 1 meter per second square. V I am using for bus. Okay, so acceleration is 1 meter per second square. Begins to move matlab what? Initial velocity of bus, how much I should take? Begins to move means initial velocity of bus, how much I should take? 0. So initial velocity of bus I should take 0. So as soon as the bus begins its motion, the student starts running towards the bus with a most important line, with a what velocity? Uniform velocity. So the boy is running with uniform velocity. Oh, B for bus, B for boy. That will create problems. So small b, let me write. So small b means boy, okay? So he runs with what velocity constant? U. They have not given. U. Okay. Student. Oh, then I can add S. Correct. So initial velocity of student is constant. This is constant. Yeah. S can be considered. Correct. Now, what is the acceleration of the student? Channa, what is the acceleration of student? Student is moving with constant velocity. So if something is moving with constant velocity, acceleration should be 0. Okay. So now look here. This is the bus. This is the boy. What is the gap right now? 50 meters. Now the moment this starts moving, that moment this starts running. Okay. Now the question is, if this runs very slowly like this, will he catch the bus? No. So it is very clear that there is a minimum velocity. There is a minimum velocity to catch the bus. Because if it is very less, he will not be able to catch the bus. So there is a minimum velocity. Let us say 10 meter per second. 10 meter though he cannot run. Let us say 5 meter per second. So if the minimum velocity is 5 meter per second, it means what? With that velocity, if he runs, he will be able to catch the bus. Okay, and if he runs with more than that velocity, aram se he will be able to catch the bus. But if he runs with less than that velocity, then he will not be able to catch the bus. So question is to find minimum velocity of this. What is the minimum value? minimum velocity of student, minimum u, so that he catches the bus. This is clear or not clear? Question is clear or not clear? Okay. Now let us assume he catches the bus. So let after time t, the boy, the student, catches the bus. After what time? Let us say t time. That means after time t, how the diagram will look? Let me rub this part right quickly. Let after time t, the student catches the bus. So this I am assuming. So if the student catches the bus, how will the diagram look after time t? This is at time 0. This picture is at time 0. Okay, so at time 0, bus was here, boy was here. Then it will, let me start this way, like this. Then it runs and then he catches. So now he catches, right? So after time t, the diagram will look something like this. Yes or no? This is after what time? T time. Agree or not? If he catches the bus, this is how the diagram will look. Okay. So what is the distance covered by the bus? Distance covered by the bus is this much. This is the distance covered by the bus. Distance covered by the boy should be this much. Correct? No? In that time. Correct or not? Oh, this is student. So displacement of the student should be this much from here to here. At after time t, displacement of the bus will be this much after time t. Now look at the diagram. Can I write like this? Yes or no? No, boy's velocity is constant. Can I write like this? Okay. Now what is the formula for displacement of student? Velocity of student into time. Correct? No need to write half at square. Should I write half at square? No need. Equal to 50. What will be displacement of bus? Bus started with what velocity? 0. So it will be half a t square. A of what? A of bus. This also clear, right? Because initial velocity of bus is 0. So no need to write ut plus half a t square. So let us write this as now. Velocity of student is u. This is 50 plus half. What is the acceleration of bus given? 1. So 1 into t square. Right, students? Let me multiply by 2 both sides. So 2ut equals to 50 plus t square. No, not 50, 100. So what I did is I multiplied by t both sides. Clear this part? Okay. Then I will take 2ut this side. Okay, so t square minus 2ut plus 100 equal to 0. Till here everybody understood or not? Just check the derivation, check what I'm doing here. Till here everybody understood? Okay. Channa, any doubt is there? You were asking increases and all. They very clearly mentioned the student is the student is moving with constant velocity. So if something is moving with constant velocity, displacement is velocity into time. And since bus is accelerating, you have to write ut plus half at square. But why I did not write ut? Because u for the bus is 0. Okay, so main thing we have done. Now look here. In some questions, they will tell you the time after which the bus will, the time after which the student will catch the bus. If that time is given to you, what will you do, students? You will put the time here, and then easily you can calculate what? If they give you the time after which the boy is catching the bus, then what you can easily calculate? U. What is U here? U is the speed of the student, constant speed of the student. But here time taken is not given. So some differentiation and all we have to do to find the minimum velocity. That will be little difficult, okay, right now. I think Stalin has done already. You can try to do it using differentiation. But let me make it more simple for you without using differentiation. This is a what equation in T? This is a what equation in T? Quadratic equation, right? So since it is a quadratic equation, the time taken will be what? Formula minus b plus minus root over b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. Everybody knows this formula? This will be the time taken, right? Okay. Now, since I have assumed, listen carefully now, stop discussing. Since I have told the student is catching the bus, since I have told the student is catching the bus, it means time taken should be a real number. Time taken should be 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 3.5 seconds, 10 seconds, 100 seconds, 1 year, I don't know, whatever may be the time taken. If the student is catching the bus, it means time taken should be a real number. That means this quantity must be what? If time has to be a real number, this quantity should be what? But how it will be real? Because under root is there, no? Greater than 0. Neha is correct. Greater than 0. Okay. So this quantity should be greater than 0. Okay. Positive. Very good. So now tell me quickly in this equation, what is your B? What is your B? Minus 2u. Minus 2u. And what is your C? What is your C? 100. Right? I hope all of you know, no? ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. So your B is minus 2u, your C is 100. So for time to be real, for t to be real, it is very important that this quantity b square minus 4ac should be greater than 0. Equal to 0 also no problem, but it should be greater or equal to 0. That means I can take this one that side. So b square should be greater than 4ac. Agree this one? I can take it this side. Now what is the value of b in our equation? In our equation, value of b is minus 2u square greater or equal to 4 into a. What is a, by the way? I forgot to write a. What is a? 1. A into c. C is 100. Minus 2u square will be 4u square. Should be greater equal to 400. Correct? No? So u square should be greater than equal to divide by 400. So u should be greater or equal to 10. Agree? Square root of 100. What does this mean? This means the velocity of the student must be greater or equal to 100 in order to catch the bus. That means this number is what velocity? If I say x should be greater than 10 or equal to 10, then 10 is the what value of x? Minimum value, because other value should be either greater or it should be equal. That means minimum velocity of the stone is 10. Which option? C. Stalin, you understood? Without doing differentiation also we can do. You have used differentiation, I know. That is okay. No problem. And you may be thinking, sir, so much time it will take like that. No, it will not take time, because this equation you will not write. This equation you will not write by solving, right? You will just see this quadratic equation, and then your brain will tell you that if it is a quadratic equation and the time taken is a real number, then this quantity should be greater or equal to 0. I think this has a name also. It is called, I think, discriminant. Discriminant, no, capital D. But forget why we don't need to know that name. Okay, from this topic now, I will do the last question, question number 25. Has anyone tried question number 25 successfully? Okay. Okay. Now, students, in some questions, you don't need to draw diagram. I know I have told you that in physics questions, it is always good you draw diagram. Like in this problem, when you draw the diagram, you understand the relation between the displacement of the boy and the displacement of the bus. Yes or no? You clearly see that the boy has to cover 50 meter extra. Yes or no? Because right now 50-meter gap is there. So when they are running like this, the boy, the student has to cover 50-meter extra as compared to the bus. So if bus is covering this much distance, student has to cover 50-meter extra, 50 meter plus this much in order to catch the bus. Okay, let us do question number 25. Question number 25. Okay. The average velocity of a body moving with uniform acceleration. Again, acceleration is constant, so we can use kinematics formula. The average velocity of a body moving with uniform acceleration traveling a distance of, distance is 3.06 meter, is 0.34 meter per second. What is this velocity according to question? Average velocity. 0.34. If the change in the velocity, change matlab what? Final velocity minus initial velocity. So final velocity minus initial velocity is 0.18 meter per second during this time. Whatever time it took for this displacement, during that time, this is the change in velocity they are saying. Then what will be the uniform acceleration? Okay, now see, since acceleration is constant, it means you can use kinematics formula. So I can write A equal to V minus U by T. Yes or no? Because V is U plus AT. V is U plus AT. So bring U this side, then divide by time. Actually, we got this first, if you remember. Then we got this. Right? If you remember the derivation, graphical method, calculus method. So to find the acceleration, I have to just divide the change in velocity by the time taken. Change in velocity, see, they have given directly. Time taken we have to find. Now, how do I find time taken? See this information. From this information, can't I find time taken? I can find. Why, sir? Because average velocity they have given. What is the meaning of average velocity? Average velocity is displacement by time taken. Average velocity is displacement by time taken. So time taken will be displacement by average velocity. What is displacement? 3.06 divided by average velocity is 0.34. Now you should be able to calculate such numericals. For example, after 0.2 digits, so you can remove the points. 306, 34. Then 2 ones are 2, 1 kg, 2 sevens are 14, 2 ones are 2, 2 fives are 10, 2 threes are 6. Once I see 17 here, 3 here, I think 17 nines are will be okay. Correct? 9 sevens are 63, 3 6 carry, 9 ones are 9 plus 6 15. Correct. So 17 nines are. So this kind of calculation, students, if you don't do manually, it will be very difficult to clear entrance exams. So please spend time doing calculations yourself. So time taken is 9 seconds. So what will be my acceleration now? Change in velocity by time. Change in velocity is 0.18 time taken is 9 seconds. Now I have seen many of them writing 0.2. Is it 0.2? Yeah, see, I told no, some of them will at 0.2. It is not 0.2. You can't write 9 twos. See, what this 0.18 means? 18 by 100 or not? 0.18 actually means 18 by 100. So 9 twos are 18. Then 2 divided by 100 is 0.02. Which option? Okay. So enough problems we have done from uniform acceleration. Now let us do some problem for free fall. Free fall. Let me do one question. Then I will ask you if you people have any doubts. Whichever question you want me to do, you tell me from only motion under gravity. Okay. So now we will do problems which are based on motion under gravity. Very simple. For this, wherever you see A, this will be your G. If you take down positive, plus G. If you take up positive, then you have to write what? Minus G. So that is the only thing you have to remember. And once you take down positive, any quantity which is down, any vector which is down should be put positive value. And any quantity which is up, you have to put negative value if you are taking down positive. If you take up positive, then any quantity which is up, you will write. If you take up positive, then any vector which is up, you will take positive. Any vector which is down, you will take negative. I've spent a lot of time typing that message, ma. So whenever you get confused about this sign, read that message. It will be very clear. Okay. So let us start with the first question. Okay, the simplest question, question number 26. Again, some few formulas, if you remember, students, it will be very easy for us to do many problems. For example, if you drop a ball, then in time t, from here to here, in time t, it will cover some height. And that height will be equal to, directly you can write half gt square. So this formula, if you can remember, it will be very simple. Yes. Yeah, you read that. Sumuka, read the last part of my message. Last part. You will come to know. So h equals to how much? Half gt square. This you remember or not? What formula we have to use to derive this? S equal to ut plus half at square. Okay, since initial velocity is 0, this will go out. And since the body is going down, what I usually do is, if this vector is down, I take down positive. If this vector is up, I take up positive. So that way I do. You can do whichever way you want. So if I take down positive, displacement will be h. Acceleration will be g, because I am taking down positive. So this formula will be for how much distance you have covered in time t. Sometimes I want to know time taken. If height is given, time taken, how will you write? Root of 2h by g. So try to remember this formula. It will be little easier to do some problems. Again, when you write this formula, it is only true when the initial velocity is 0. Matlab the body is dropped. Question number 26, you see. A ball is released from the top of a tower of height h meter. So height of the tower is h meter. It is released. Release matlab initial velocity will be 0. It takes capital T seconds to reach the ground. So to reach here, it takes capital T seconds. Here time 0. Question is, what is the position of the ball in what time? T by 3 seconds. So in T by 3 seconds, it may be somewhere here. This is T by 3 seconds. Yes or no, students? It will be somewhere here or here or here. We have to find out. Understanding or not, everyone? Okay, now look here. From here to here, see, if you write all these things, no, it will take time. From A to B. In exam, no, try to do it directly. Of course, in board exam, you have to write nicely. A to B, A to C, like that. So from A to B, if I use my formula, whatever I get, what will be H equals to? Half G, whatever time taken. Time taken is capital. Equation 1. Right? How I got this? Use the formula S equal to UT plus half AT square, or remember the shortcut formula. Then from A to C, let us say this height is H dash. Then what will be H dash? Half G. What I should write? What square? What is the time taken from here to here? T by 3. So T by 3 square. That will be half G T square by 9. Correct na? So my H dash, matlab, how much height it falls in T by 3 seconds will be this much divided by 9. But if you look this part, this is nothing but H. Yes or no? So that will be H by 9. Now they are asking from ground. So from ground, where will be the body? Somewhere here. So this distance, let me write it as something like Y, like that. Then what will be this Y? This H minus this H dash. What is H dash? H by 9. H minus H by 9 will be what? 8H by 9. So where is the ball after T by 3 time? After T by 3 time, the ball is H by 9 from the top, or 8H by 9 from the bottom. So which is the right option? Option C. Write down quickly. This anyone has tried before? Okay. Fine. Let us see the next question now. See question number 27. Again, a nice question. A body falling freely from rest has a velocity v after it falls through a height h. So falling freely means, again, initial velocity, nothing they have mentioned. Assume it is 0. After falling what height? H height. It has a velocity v, they are saying in the question. Now they are asking the distance it has to fall down for its velocity to become double. So now question is, how much more it should fall? How much more it should fall? I don't know. Let me write H dash. How much more it should fall so that its velocity will be double. Double matlab here v, so here 2v. Understood the question or not first? First, what they have told, after falling this much height, it has gained this much velocity. After falling how much height? This is the question mark. After falling how much height will it get double of this velocity? Question is clear? Okay. So now what we will do, let us mark this A, this B, this C. A to B. Since distance is given, final velocity is given, initial velocity we know, let us use what formula? V square minus U square equals to 2AS. Okay. So final velocity at B is V, initial is 0. Acceleration due to gravity is down. This is down. Displacement is down or up? Body is going down or up? Displacement is from initial position to final position. Down. So both are down. If both are down, it is better to take down positive. So GH. If you take negative also, it will be minus G minus H. Same answer you will get. So V square will be 2GH. Equation 1. You can write square root if you want. V equal to square root of 2GH. This is also one standard formula which I told you to remember. Any body after falling height h from 0 speed, it will acquire how much speed? Root of 2gh. One problem also we have solved. Now from B to C, let me write the same equation. V square minus u square equals to 2as. Now be careful. From here to here, what is my final velocity? 2v. Understood this part? From here to here, this is just formula. Here I have to substitute according to the question. So here final velocity is double, they told, double of this. So here I should write 2v. Agree or not? Initial velocity, what I should write? 0 or v? Initial velocity, v. Acceleration is down, so g, I will take down positive. Displacement from here to here they are asking, that is also down, h dash. So this will give me 4v square minus v square. 4v square minus v square will be 3v square, 2g h dash, right? Since the answer of this should be in terms of this, what I will do? V square I will substitute here. So if you substitute v square here, you will get 3 times, what is v square? 2gh will be equal to 2gh. So all this arrow mark you have to draw, okay? Then only you will understand what I am doing. So I am substituting this v square here. So 3 into v square will be 3 into 2gh equal to 2g h dash. 2g cancel. So h dash will be 3h. So after falling 3h, whatever was this, if this is 10 meter, let's say, then after falling 30 meters, 3 times, then its velocity will be doubled. Okay, probably they are asking from the top. So from the top, if they ask how much it has to fall, sir, it is 4v square. Yeah. 4v square minus v square I did, no? Four v square minus v square. What will be this now? No, u is, but u is 0. No, sir. I am not doing, Are Baba, I am writing the equation from where to where? B to C or A to C? If you write from A to C, it is okay. I wrote from where to where? Are you understanding or not? I am writing the equation from B to C. So what is my initial velocity? V, not u. So it will be v square. So it will be 3v square equal to 2g h dash. So this height is coming 3h. So from the top, how much it has to fall? 4h. So that is the answer. Okay. You can do this way also. You can take directly not from B to C, but A to C. That way also you can do. You will get 4h answer directly. Understood? Those who are telling me why I have not written 0 here. I have not written 0 here because I am writing from B to C. Everybody understood, right? Okay, some questions are quite simple. Anyone wants me to answer any question from this one? Which question? Name the question. 46. 46 is a nice problem. It's a very standard JEE problem, okay? But it can come for NEET also. Don't think tomorrow I'll explain the difficulty levels and everything, JEE and NEET. So if you want to write the equation from A to C, please do it. You will get answer directly 4h. What I thought they are asking is from here, I thought they are asking. So from here, if they ask, I thought I will use the equation from B to C. So from the top, if they ask, then what I did was, first I found this height, then I will add this height. Okay. Yeah, they were not very clear regarding from how much height from what we have to measure. Advait is saying 37. 37 I did already. Advait, you were absent in my last class or what? 37 I have done or not, students? I think that was the first question we did while starting MCQs. So please check. I cannot solve the same question which I have solved. You have to either see the YouTube video or you have to call me and discuss. So shall I do 46? It's a very standard question. Okay. Before I do 46, just now I did something which I will remind you once. If you start with zero velocity and if I drop something from zero velocity to cover height h, it will take what time? Root of 2h by g. First, let me do one question, no? So it will take this time, yes or no? Agree or not? To cover height h, starting from zero velocity. Starting from zero velocity, okay? Fine. So keep this formula in your mind. It will be a little easy to solve. Listen carefully. A particle is dropped. Dropped means initial velocity is 0. Initial velocity is 0. Not visible, right? So body is dropped with initial velocity 0. From a height, the time taken by it to fall through successive distances of 1 meter each. Matlab, whatever is the height it covers, they are dividing that height into 1 meter like that. And they want the ratio of time taken to cover first 1 meter, then second 1 meter, then third 1 meter, like that they are asking. Ulta of Galileo's law. Galileo's law was what? There, whatever time it took, he divided it into equal seconds. And for each second, we calculated the distance covered. And what was the ratio? Distance in first second, distance double in second, distance double in third second. What was the ratio? 1:3:5. Same type of question, but ulta we are doing. We are not calculating distance ratio. We are calculating time ratio to time taken for covering 1 meter. Understood the question? First tell me, understood the question or not? If anyone wants me to explain, I will do it, don't worry. Okay, so look here. So let us say first 1 meter it reached, this is time 0. So first 1 meter, or let me do this. From here to here, let's say it took time t1. From here to here, it took time t1. From here to here, it took time t2. Okay, not from here to here. Okay, here to here. Then from here to here, it took time t3. This is 1 meter. Successive 1 meter. Successive 1 meter. 1 meter like that. So like that you can keep doing. So they are asking ratio of this time. Clear now, everybody? Okay. So let us start. We know this formula. So T1 will be very easy. This is 0 speed. This is starting with 0 speed. Here I've written. So what will be T1? It covers how much height from here to here? Let me call this A, B, C, B. So from A to B, how much distance it has covered? 1 meter. So height is 1 meter. So if height is 1 meter, what will be time taken? Root of 2h by g, which is root of 2 into 1 by g, which is root of 2 by g. So first time taken was very easy to find. Now I will not do from B to C. Students, look carefully. I will not do from B to C. Why? If I do from B to C, can my initial velocity be 0? If I do from B to C, can my initial velocity be 0? No. So I want to still use this formula. If you want to use this formula, initial velocity should be what? If you want to use this formula, initial velocity should be 0. So I will write from A to C. A to C. Okay. So A to C, tell me what is the time taken? Time taken. Be careful. You can write. I know you can type. This one is easy to type. A to C. T1 plus T2, right? So T1 plus T2 is the time taken, whatever was this time taken from here to here. So that will be root of 2h by g. H. What is the height covered? 2 meters. Super. So that will be root of, well, let me take root 2 common, root 2 outside, root 2 by g. Now you may think, sir, why are you writing like this, sir? Root 2 is 2. I'm writing like this so that I can compare this with this. Understood or not? So this is T1 plus T2. So what will be T2? T2 will be root 2 into root 2 by g minus T1. Agree? T1 I took that side. But what is T1? Already I have found T1. What is T1? Root of 2 by g. Right? So if I take common root 2 by g, what will I get? Root 2 minus 1. Common is root 2 by g. Till here everybody understood or not? This is the time taken for covering second 1 meter. This is the time taken to cover first 1 meter. This is time taken to cover second 1 meter. Like that you keep doing. You don't need to do more, students. By after doing this much only, ratio you can calculate and check the option. So if I now ask ratio, T1 is to T2. What is the ratio? You can see root 2 by g is common with this root 2 by g. So what will happen? That will cancel when you take ratio. So what will you get? 1 is to root 2 minus 1. Understood? I hope everybody understood why root 2 by g I did not write, because there will be root 2 by g here, root 2 by g here. That will cancel when you take ratio. Then you can try to find T3 also, but I don't think with this much only we should be able to tick the option. So what they asked, time taken by it to fall through successive distances of 1 meter each. First option are saying all are equal. No, how they are equal? This time taken is different than this time taken. In the ratio of 1 is to 2 is to 3, no. In the ratio of root 1 is to root 2 is to 1. Yeah, that is correct. I can write 1 as root 1 also, no? Yes or no? I can write 1 as root 1 also. Fourth option is 1 by root 1 is to 1 by root 2. No, that will not come. So I think without calculating T3, we can tick option C. Right? Okay. But I want all of you to today itself try to calculate T3 also. Okay. T3, to calculate T3, what will you do? Time taken from A to D, you write. But if you are willing to do, then you do, because you have to solve other questions also, I know. Last question. Anyone you choose. Otherwise, I will do one question. 43 I like. I will do 43. 45, huh? Okay, 45. Okay, let us do question number 45. Last problem for today. And I hope you remember on Sunday, I will give you a solution of most of the questions, whichever are little difficult, and post in our YouTube channel, EduShrine YouTube channel, not my YouTube channel. There you can see. Sunday, 9 o'clock, it will be uploaded. So 45, what it says, read carefully. A parachutist, after bailing out, falls 50 meters without friction. First, understand that part. There is a parachutist, somebody in, I think, imagine somebody is in helicopter first, Then he bails out. Bails out, matlab, he comes out. Then for 50 meters, he falls without friction, it is told. Skydiver, you can think. So for the first 50 meters, he falls without friction, which is completely wrong, I know. Once you are moving, there will be air resistance. But for 50 meters, there is no friction, they are saying. That means what kind of fall it will be? Can I consider it as free fall? Yeah. So for the first 50 meters, understand, acceleration will be g. Okay, because they told without friction. Now, after falling 50 meter, what he did? If he continues like that, no, then he will fall with a very large velocity, hit the ground, and he will die. That is why after falling 50 meter, what he did? He opened the parachute. Once you open the parachute, students, that area will be very large. So now air resistance cannot be neglected. Little bit initially, though, okay, you can still neglect, but now though you cannot neglect. So now there will be air resistance. So now it will not be free fall. In fact, in the question, what they told, when the parachute opens, what it does, decelerates. Matlab, if you are falling like this, after traveling 50 meter, acceleration is where now? Up or down? After falling 50 meters, since they said decelerates, acceleration is up. Okay, everybody remembers this or not? If your velocity is this side and acceleration is also this side, then you will move faster. That is called acceleration. If your velocity is this side and acceleration is this side, then you will move slower. This is called what kind of acceleration? Retardation. So let us draw a picture. Okay. A parachutist, after bailing out, so let us say at this point he bails out. He bails out. Bails out. Okay. And then he travels 50 meters. And by the time he reaches here, he will have some velocity. Here, initial velocity, I should take 0 only, right? That person will start from somewhere, no? Like this, he will jump. Then what he told, here he opens the parachute. He opens parachute. Okay. And remember, during this time, the fall is free fall. Free fall means acceleration will be g downwards. Then what he did, he opened the parachute and then he reaches the ground. He reaches the ground with what speed? Students, with what speed he reaches the ground? 3 meters per second. 3 meters per second. Now during this time, there will be retardation. And that retardation they have given, value they have given, how much? 2 meters per second. Sign I will write later. Sign I will write later. First, let me show direction. Okay. So what is the question to find? At what height did he bail out? Matlab, at what height he bailed out from the ground? So very simple. We have to find this distance. Let us say this distance is h. Okay. Now tell me quickly what will be v? V will be root of 2g50. Agree or not? How many of you agree? Or you want me to again write the equation? A, B, C. A to B. Use the formula b square minus u square equals to 2as. Right. Final velocity here we have to find. Initial here is 0. Acceleration is g downwards. Displacement is 50 meter downwards. So h 50 meter downwards. So v will be what? Root of 2g50. Correct. Whatever is that number, we will calculate later. So it will be 100g. 100g is the velocity when he reaches here. When he reaches here, velocity has become only 3. It was how much here? 100 into g will be how much approximately? 10 root 10 or not? Yes or no, students? 10 root g. G value is 10 only. You take my approximately. So 10 root 10 is his velocity here. Here when he reached, it is how much? Only 3. That happened. Why? Because there is retardation. If this retardation was not there, suppose he doesn't open the parachute, then he will keep on accelerating. So by the time he will reach here, his velocity will be so high that his bones will break when he hit the ground. But now the velocity here is so less compared to this. Okay. So now from B to C, let us use the formula B square minus U square equals to 2AS. What is final velocity? 3 square. Initial velocity matlab this, no? What is this velocity? 10 root 10. 10 root 10 square. Acceleration is how much? I should write minus 2 or plus 2. Downwards, I am going to take positive in this problem. Minus. So acceleration is minus 2. And this displacement I will take downwards positive h. And students, by mistake, don't put g here. Don't put g here. Why? Because this is not free fall. From here to here is not free fall because he opens the parachute. So there will be other forces also. That's why he is decelerating. Otherwise, he would have continued to fall with what acceleration? G. So this you can solve now, right? Let me remove the diagram. So this will be 9 minus, how much will be 100 into 10, 1000 equal to minus 2 2s are 4h. So that will be 991 equals to minus 991 minus 4h. Minus minus cancel, h will be 991 divided by 4. How much this will come? 4 2s are 8, 1 carry 19, 4 4s are 16, 17, 18, 19, 3, 4 7s are 28. So 247 something it will come. Check once without doing calculator. 4 2s are 8, 1 carry, right? 29. Oh, sorry. Not 4, 1 carry, 4, 16, 31, 4 7s are 28. So 247. So let me write 247. No. Students, again, stop, ma. In order to calculate the decimal values, no, you will spend time. Don't do that. This is entrance question. If you get this much also, you should be happy. So once you got this height, so therefore the height where he bailed out will be how much? 50 meter he has already fallen, right? 50 meter he has already fallen plus 247. That will be 297. So check which option will be closest to 297. Closest to 297. 293, option A. So that way you should do in exam without calculating all the decimal values. And those who are using calculator, I am advising again for entrance questions, do not use calculator. Now tomorrow we will be doing revision of board syllabus. Everything I will revise. Don't miss tomorrow's class. Anyhow you should not miss. Everything important I will revise. So it will be very comfortable for you. And second thing, by tomorrow evening, you should tell me which are the questions you want me to solve in the Sunday's class. Is it okay? Okay. So thank you. Take care, all of you.